What's going on, guys? Today we are mapping out the exact physical hardware infrastructure required to run a high-reach organic traffic for synthetic models without getting geo-fenced or shadow banned. If your views are stuck at absolute zero or restricted strictly to your local hometown, your digital footprint is leaking. Most creators will tell you to buy a cheap VPN, spin up emulators, and start posting. That is a direct shortcut to systematic cluster bans. Today, I'm giving you the exact hard engineering blueprint, how localized device farms bypass geofencing, how platforms analyze your hardware signatures, and the step-by-step warming sequence to scale past $40,000 a month. Let's get into that plumbing. To solve a problem, you first have to understand the bottleneck. Social platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube do not just look at your IP address to decide who to show your videos to. They analyze three distinct location layers to prevent automated bot networks from spamming foreign feeds. First, they check your IP signature. Commercial VPNs and cheap data center proxies use shared IP subnets that are flagged on public blacklists before you even hit publish. Second, they query the SIM carrier ID. Every mobile device transmits its carrier country code directly from the cellular modem. If you're trying to target a US audience but your modem is broadcasting a carrier from Europe or Asia, your reach is instantly suppressed to a local feed. Third, the platform queries your phone system's location API, checking for active GPS satellite coordinations. If these three coordinates don't align, the algorithm flags your account, locks your distribution, and sticks your videos at 0 views. To break this, we must build a localized physical node. This brings us to the hardware mandate. You must use physical dedicated devices. Do not use emulators. Platforms scan deep device hardware signatures, including screen resolution, battery telemetry, CPU architecture, and device sensors. Emulators have static artificial signatures that instantly trigger bot detection filters on modern social apps. I highly recommend sourcing factory reset Android devices, specifically Google Pixels or Samsung Galaxy S series phones. Pixels are preferred because they allow deep customization, run a clean stock Android OS, and play incredibly well with proxy clients. Each physical phone acts as an isolated node. If one device gets restricted, your entire operational grid remains untouched. Never run multiple model profiles on the same physical device. Map each model to its own factory reset physical handset to keep your cluster isolated. Once you have clean physical hardware, you have to route your digital plumbing. Data center IPs are dead. We must use high quality 4G or 5G mobile cellular proxies. A high grade mobile proxy routes your phone's internet connection through an actual consumer cell tower owned by carriers like T-Mobile or Verizon in your target US city. To the platform's network inspectors, your phone looks identical to a real consumer browsing on their mobile data plan. We configure this proxy traffic at the operating system level on our Android nodes, using reliable network clients like Postern or SuperProxy. This routes all the background device data, app traffic, and WebRTC queries through our dedicated residential proxy port, cleanly disguising our actual physical location. Before you configure your proxies or install any social apps, you must completely harden your hardware. This is where most people make simple mistakes that leak their true location. Follow this 3-step checklist. Step 1. SIM extraction. Remove the physical SIM card entirely from the hardware tray. Leaving a foreign SIM card inside the slot instantly broadcasts your carrier country, completely bypassing any proxy configurations. Step 2. Disable GPS and global location services. Turn off GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi scanning, and nearby device scanning. This prevents the OS from reading local beacons or satellite coordinates. And finally, Step 3. Disable background telemetry. Shut off auto updates, diagnostic reports, and system log sharing. This keeps your phone quiet stops background data leaks, and secures your node profile. Never log into a platform without verifying your digital footprint first. This is your quality assurance step. Before opening any social app, open the default browser on your hardened node and navigate to whoer.net. You're looking for pristine 100% anonymity index score. Whoer will audit your connection profile, checking for web RTC leaks, DNS mismatches, and proxy indicators. If your anonymity score is under 100% or if it flags a DNS leak, do not log in. Stop. Turn off the node, troubleshoot your proxy routing, and run the audit again. Operating with a zero error margin is what separates the amateurs from the professionals who scale consistently. Now that your node is hardened and verified, you do not just install the app and upload immediately. You have to build algorithmic trust through our 24-hour warm-up protocol. Think about how a normal consumer behaves when they buy a new phone. They install the app, search for topics, scroll through the feed like trending content, and watch videos completely. This is what we call organic struggling. You need to run active, human-like sessions for at least 24 hours before your first post. This builds behavioral platform cookies on the device, signals to the algorithm that this is a real user, and establishes an active trust score. When you do eventually publish your first piece of content, introduce it slowly. Do not dump 10 videos immediately. Maintain a natural human posting velocity. Once you have a single node running successfully and are pulling high US views, you don't scale by adding more accounts to that phone. You scale horizontally by duplicating this exact standardized system across multiple devices. By running independent, factory reset physical nodes, each configured with its own dedicated 4G mobile proxy, you build a resilient roster. Even if one platform account faces an issue, the rest of your fleet continues generating traffic, building your cash flow, and driving consistent 5-figure monthly profits. If you want to bypass the trial and error phase, learn how to master physical device setups, understand how to source high-grade mobile proxies, and get direct scaling support, join our community at AIOFMBlueprint.com or click the link below to the AI Creators Club. Let's build your system. Bye.